Welcome everybody to the chat. And today we're talking about handling depression. And I'm multitasking right now, so bear with me. I'm gonna be going back and forth. And like I always say, right? There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to basically. Hold on. Cool. QJ, welcome to the chat. Handling depression, right? There's no right or wrong way to really handle it, but there are some tips and techniques, and I tell people this all the time, right? Just because something might work for me doesn't necessarily mean that it might work for you. All right. So, but it's definitely some tips, some tricks, some techniques that we all can handle. Not handle, but we can all do to prevent uh, long lasting depression. And the thing is, that's why I put handle, because you got to handle it the best way you can, right? Because truth be told, we all, if you're human, which we all are, right? We all go in and out of depression at some point in time. Every day is not, you know, every day is not peaches and cream. Jay, welcome to the chat. But it's certain things that you can do as an individual. Good, bro. We're talking about handling depression to make it more smooth, right? And depression can, you know, it can stem from different cases. It can stem from heartbreak. Um, it can stem from not reaching your goals in a timely manner. I'm doing homework. Okay, cool. It can stem from a lot of different things. But like I've been saying in all of my podcasts, right? And all of my, well, not podcasts, but my live broadcasts, right? You have to find something to do. You have to find something to do. Find a hobby, learn a skill, learn a trade. And guys, I'm telling you, if you do that, it's gonna be crazy. How you doing, Miss Daisy Dukes? Oh, John. Okay, that's what's up, my boy. I'm gonna say this again too. No disrespect will be tolerated. So anytime I feel like you playing with me or you being disrespectful, I'm deleting you ASAP. I'm not gonna play no games with you. I'm not one of those individuals that you just gonna be able to play with like that. I'm just being completely honest with you. So you can do that if you want to. You definitely gonna learn a different type of way. But like I was saying before, you want to have some type of skill or trade. Was that shirt selection a conscious decision? Definitely a conscious decision. Definitely a conscious decision. Anytime that I wear clothing, it's definitely a conscious decision. I wear what makes me happy. I wear what I like to wear. If you don't like it, hey, you don't have to watch me at all. Just being 100 with you. You do not have to watch me. But we're talking about handling depression, and hopefully we can help other people. Um, we can help other people handle depression the best way, right? That they can. You got two channels. Yeah, I got two channels. Divine, welcome. Yep. I got more than believe it or not, I have warning, your account has been flagged. All right, warning. So I'm about to hide you too, my boy. All right. Yeah, I got more than two channels. I have quite a lot, but I'm live on three different channels every single day, and this is one of them. My whole goal is to be uh, live on all of my channels, honestly. But we're talking about handling depression. That's what we're talking about today. And like I was saying before, I was interrupted a little bit, not by you, but somebody else, right? Excuse me, I was gleeking. I'm a big believer in making sure that you develop some type of skill or trade because the more the busier you are, the less time you have to think about depressing thoughts because your mind is so it's attached to so much different things, you know. So that's why I tell people you're never too old to learn and learn as much as you can. Literally, learn as much as you can, um, and that's what I do. I when I was younger, even last year, I'm just gonna be all the way 100 with y'all guys. Like I was in a state of depression, and I didn't really even realize it until I got out. And every now and then, like I said, I go back and forth with it, but I know how to handle it better now. I know how to handle it better. And sometimes I just like being quiet and just letting my thoughts just, you know, fester and settle, you know. Now, if there's a particular way that you like to handle your depression or depression period, right? Because I don't like to really claim it, but if there's a particular way that you like to handle depression, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. There's no right or wrong answer. Guys, I cannot be on here that long today because I do have other obligations I have to go back to the barbershop today and do a haircut at 8:30. So I'm still busy. I'm busy. The night has not ended. It is not going to end. Yeah. Kelly, welcome to the chat. We're talking about handling depression today. And that's what we're talking about. Handling depression. And like I said before, there's no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong way to tell somebody how to handle depression. You have to pick a technique, right, that works for you. That's the best way and the only way to get through that depression, all right? Like, I could give you so many different tips, I could give you so many different tricks and suggestions, but only you are going to be able to, um, only you're going to be able to pick and dictate what really works for you. So that's why I tell everybody, like whether it be online when I'm talking to y'all, or whether it be in a barbershop when I'm talking to an individual, because I talk to people all the time. I'm in a profession where I talk to people all the time, and I'm about to really start another profession soon because this is just something I like to do. I like to help other people, right? I just gotta see what I need to do. I like to give people tips. And I also like to learn different tips and techniques from other people as well. I'm a firm believer that you cannot be the only person that just giving advice. It is very biased It's more like a dictator type of vibe if you're the only person giving advice and you cannot take advice or learn advice from somebody else. Like it's not fair. And at the end of the day, I don't feel like you're learning as an individual. You know, if you can't take advice or learn some type of technique or advice from somebody else. All right. That's true though. Definitely. So I always like to ask people how they feel, and in return, I give them a situation that might be going on in my life or something that I experience, and I ask for their honest opinion, you know? Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing as humans. We're learning from each other. We're learning from each other. And that's just plain and simple. Well, I don't know about simple, but that's what we're doing. We're learning from each other, you know? We're learning. So some people take depression and they really let the depression um, engulf them into a state of, what's the word I'm looking for? Hmm. In a state of negative, in a state of negative. I don't know what I'm saying. Well, I do know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm trying to say. They let it engulf them, right? They let that depression engulf them, and now they're in a negative state. Okay, they're in a negative state, and it's hard for an individual to think and to function whenever you're in that state. Okay, that's why I want to say about 4 nights ago I was talking about think positive, positive mindset. That's what I think I was. Yeah, it was positive mindset. Having a positive mindset is so crucial because without a positive mindset, how are you really going to get from A to B? You know, how? It's hard to get from A to B without having a positive mindset. And even if you don't have a positive mindset, it's going to take a long time before you get from point A to point B or from one to two. Why? Because you're always thinking negative, you know? That's why they say think, you know? You can think it and speak it into existence, right? All of that's so true. All of that is so true because your mind is so powerful. And today, and we're in a world full of technology, so many distractions. It's so easy for a person to get distracted and to develop depression at a way faster rate than it was back in the day. Now, of course, everybody's had their own uh, obstacles and bumps in the road, right? Portia, welcome to the trap. Everybody's had their own portion of obstacles and trials, tribulations, right? But it's like the people who really want to get out of that mind state, right? And that mindset, no matter what's going on, they're going to do what they have to do so they can get out of that, you know? And rightfully so. Yeah. So just always think about that, guys. Always think about that. Uh, so, so with me last year, I'm gonna end this live with a story. Last year, at the beginning of the year, And really, for the past 2 years, I was saying this to myself, about 3 years. I was saying this to myself, right? I said, look, I want to stop smoking weed. No matter what, I want to stop smoking weed. I was saying that to myself for a while. Last year was my final year, and I got tired. I was looking at like my old pictures and how I was looking, right? Just my appearance wise, my demeanor. And not only was I just looking at that, I was also like looking at my son and just noticing how observant, more observant he started to become. Started noticing patterns, routines, little things like that, right? And I said to myself, I cannot keep doing this anymore because now I'm showing my son, right, a negative routine, a very unhealthy routine. And I don't want him to be doing this whenever he gets older. So I said to myself, I gotta stop. Now, even though my son never seen me smoke, he never seen me put nothing up to my mouth, none of that stuff. It don't matter, right? It don't matter. You know why? Because I was still going through the motions as far as going to the store and purchasing this stuff. So I said to myself, I gotta stop doing that. That was the first step. And it was hard. It was hard. Like I reneged every single day for a whole week until the last day, 2 days. The headaches were getting so bad and I couldn't do it anymore. I asked God to take the taste away from my mouth and he did. And I reneged on what I asked him for, right? And by me doing that, I suffered the consequences. So that taught me a lot, right? That, be careful what you ask for, be careful what you speak because it can happen. Now, some people will combat this and say, well, bro, you were just smoking some bap. Joy, welcome to the chat. My bad. It took me so long for this to say that. And the each his own. That it could be you could be right about that, but I didn't want to be doing that anymore. I didn't want to do that anymore. So what I did was I asked them to take the taste out my mouth, and I was really serious about it. Now, ever since last year, so it's been over a year, and it's been over a year and 4 months now since I've been clean, no marijuana or nothing like that. But it took time. Now I'm saying this to say that. I'm saying that to say this, right? Not only was I addicted to the marijuana, but I was in a depressed state of mind. Like I was depressed. Okay? Literally. You should be on the streets with your broke self. Okay, Brody. Brody. Let's go ahead and get him out of there. And I'm glad Brody did say that, right? Because it has some truth in that too, right? I'm not gonna say I was broke, but I was definitely spending a lot of money, unnecessary amount of money. So now, when I look back at all of that, right, I find myself I have more money, right? I have more money in my pockets. I'm not rich. I'm far from rich right now. I mean, I'm going to be there, but I have way more money than I did last year, the past 16 years, honestly. I'm more clean, smell better, look better. Literally, it's just a whole 360, guys. It's a whole 360. So, yeah, depression is not fun. It's not really fun to talk about, but I feel like it's something that we should all talk about because this is something that we all go through. And I feel like we like to sweep it under the rug. Like we don't like to put any type of we don't want to put any type of light. We don't want to shed any type of light on the subject. So I'm working out again today. I've already worked out today, but I'm definitely working out again today later on tonight. Yep. Lee, welcome to the chat. But yeah, I feel like we just like to ignore the depression and we don't want to say anything about it. I'm a big believer in looking that fear in the face and yeah, doing what you got to do. All right, I'm from Jamaica. Welcome. So okay, bro. I don't know about that, bro. I'm not gonna say that back to you. I don't know what the femboy means, but femboy to me, if I had to use context clues, seems like feminine. I'm not down with that, bro. So you might want to go to somebody else channel with that. Honestly, just being honest with you. Unc, you already know. I'm one of the youngest uncles that you'll see on here. Cause I honestly I am an uncle. I have a nephew. He's he's 8 years old. hmm But yeah, I feel like we should look depression in the eye in the face and figure out why we are so depressed, right? And figure out a way that you can maneuver and work and live your life through all of that, even if it does come back to you. Okay? We should definitely do that. Like I said, guys, I can't stay on here forever. We already been on for about 22 minutes. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate everybody feedback. Depression is definitely not a pretty subject, but it's something that we all should shed some light to it so we can help one another. So at any time of the podcast, whether it's live or after the live broadcast, leave your comment below. That way you can help somebody get through the depression or depression if they're in that state at the moment. It's like I said before, it's nothing fun, but it's definitely a way to handle it. Okay. And like I said, and I'm a big believer and a firm believer on it, staying busy. All right. Finding a skill or trade. All right. Reading, being around people who are positive. Okay. And has a positive influence on your body. It's considered to be depression as a black man, so we don't talk about it like we should. Definitely. You right about that, Furious. You definitely we don't like to talk about it, but it's we definitely should because a lot of us are battling that. Enjoy this. Appreciate that, QJ. Appreciate that. But yeah, we should definitely talk about it. But staying busy, being around positive people, and if you don't want to be around positive people, find some positive influences online, and just watch and listen to their material, their content, and that should be enough until you can find some type of physical presence from another human being because guys, that's what we're meant to we're on earth, we're meant to help one another, we're meant to be around one another, we're meant to inspire and motivate one another. Okay. Yep. You absolutely should stay up, bro. You're doing great work. Appreciate it, bro. But yeah, I'm about to get off. I got to get on my other podcast. On my not my other podcast, but I got to get on my other live before I leave. I have a haircut at 8:30, and yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Until the next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified, stay blessed, stay motivated. And if you are battling depression and you need help, never hesitate to leave me a message. And yeah, we definitely can help you out this way. All right. It's 10 minutes to vent. It's Philip Randolph, and I appreciate everybody. I never take y'all for granted. Until the next time, guys, I'm out.